Welcome back in this segment of our show, brought to you by Stern Agee. And for more than a century, Stern Agee's provided financial services to individuals, to businesses, to non-taxable institutions. They can certainly help you. And their local guys here in town do a tremendous job of working with you regardless of the size of your portfolio when you come to them. There are a lot of groups now that if you call them with less than $250,000 to invest, you'll get shipped off to a call farm, a call center, and you don't get to pick your person. You don't even know who you're talking to. Stern Agee, they're not going to do that. Whatever you have to work on your future, whatever you want to deal with in terms of your financial planning, they will work with you, hand in hand, person to person. It is a different type of financial advice. Get it. Stern Agee in Knoxville. All right. 3 quick questions here in the lightning round. Jimmy, I'm going to start with you. What's the latest on the 9 Vols arrested or cited by police a week ago today? And, of course, there were rumors of a coach being involved. Straighten all that out for us.
Yeah, there was actually, during the audio of it, there was a guy identified himself as a coach, an assistant coach on the staff with the strength and conditioning. It was a walk-on football player who did that probably to try to make sure he didn't get arrested.
Right.
So you have to take that out of the equation. There was not a staff member at the scene when this occurred. I also found out that when the police went back to the scene, it wasn't because of the noise coming out of Sapp's apartment. It was noise from another apartment complex, and a guy that was getting beat up called 911. But there's no indication that football players were involved in that fight. So that's where it is right now. I'm told there's a chance there may be some charges that get dropped along the way, which is why I've backed away a little bit on saying exactly what punishment should occur.
The bottom line is, in terms of a couple of these guys who were claimed to have, they tried to roll away from the police, tried to shrug themselves away as the cops were grabbing them. Here's an idea. Don't. Say, yes, sir, do what they want, and then call your attorney afterwards. Bob Hodge, there's concern that Michael Sam, the SEC's Defensive Player of the Year last year, great pass rusher, Tennessee saw him. There's concern that he could be a distraction in the NFL because he's come out that he's openly gay. I thought it was interesting. I saw somebody point out this week that would be a distraction, but dogfighting, stabbing people in Atlanta, those aren't distractions. Okay, but if the guy is gay, that's a distraction. Is this going to be a distraction in an NFL locker room?
It will be as big a distraction as the media makes it out to be. If the media, after every time the kid has a practice, after every game, if that is the center of the questions, plus if he gets drafted by, let's say, the Titans, and Nashville suddenly has guys or media people from Los Angeles and New York and all over coming in here because of this, that will make it a distraction. Leave it alone, let the kid play football, and I don't think it'll be a distraction.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Clemson coach Dabo Swinney came out yesterday or the day before and said, pretty sure there were some teammates of mine at Alabama that were gay. And if there are Tennessee players in the past, very good players that I think most people around here knew were gay, who cares?
Harrison Smith said in an interview just the other day with us that he knows he's played with gay players too.
When Vince Lombardi went to the Redskins, he knew he had a gay player on his staff, and he told everybody, he said, he gets every chance everybody else gets. If he's treated in any differently, you, talking to his assistants, you're the one I'll hold responsible.
Yeah,
that was 1969.
Yeah. There you go. Chuck, very quickly here, Auburn fans this week went online to reveal the home address and the business address of a kid that signed with Alabama. That kid happened to be from Auburn, Alabama, went from Auburn, signed with Alabama. His dad, however, played at Auburn. He chose Auburn over Alabama when he was a highly recruited player. But the fans are trying to get a boycott together of his father's business. So we're going to punish the ex-Auburn player because his son went to Alabama. Alabama-Auburn, a lot of people say that's the best rivalry in college sports. Is it the best, or is it closer to being the worst?
It's closer to being the worst. I mean, when you have fans poisoning trees, when you have death threats for a kicker that missed 4 field goals for Alabama against Auburn, and it's a reason a lot of people don't even listen to the Paul Feinbaum show anymore, because that's all you get is these people going back and forth. It's ridiculous, and it's over the top.
Agreed. I think it's the worst rivalry in college. I lived in North Carolina, saw UNC Duke. They hate each other. There was nothing like this. Oh, I lived in Columbus, Ohio. Ohio State and Michigan hate each other. Nothing like this. This is just absurd. And they every year they top themselves with their absurdity.
And one of the big things about that is they're both in the same state. And then you have so many houses that are divided in churches. And I mean, it just spills over everywhere.
Yeah. All right, when we come back, We're going to play Bookmaker. What are the odds Conzo Martin returns in 2014/15? Come on back on the Enrichment Sports Source.